Hello and happy Wednesday. It is, what is it? It's January 31st. I am MJ and this is a general reading for the collective. And today I'm using my Raven Stream Tarot, and I've had people ask about a third printing of this deck. And I would love to see a third printing, but I have to ensure that the numbers are there because I have to place a minimum order with the printer, and the minimum order is 500. So I'd have to know that there are 500 people who are interested in purchasing the deck. Otherwise, I can't do it. So I had thrown out there about the idea of doing a pocket deck. So, let me know if you like the idea of a pocket deck, maybe shaking it up a little bit by making it, doing a smaller size deck. I know some people have said that they love the decks, but they just wish they were a little bit smaller. So this might be a solution for that. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Oh my gosh. I'm not as congested as I've been the last few days, but I am still feeling sick. This is the longest I've been sick. And I took a COVID test yesterday, and it's not COVID. It's just winter gunk, whatever this is. Anyway, let's get right to it. Let's see what we have going on, energetically speaking. So the first card I'm going to pull is the influencing energy. That's that energy behind our mood, our decisions, how we, relate to people, what attracts our attention or our interest. Then we'll look at the situation. Then we'll call upon the uninvited house guest. That's the external influence. Then we'll wrap it all up with some quick words of advice. All right, let's dive in here, shall we? The first card I'm going to pull here. We're starting off with the Ace of Pentacles. All right, let's start off with this because this is a lovely energy to have influencing us today. We're thinking about perhaps future opportunities. We're thinking about what we can take and transform, that we can perhaps create a reality from. Speaking of the pocket, that's kind of, the pocket Raven Stream. That would be my Ace of Pentacles. But for you, think about those, those opportunities that you might have to create something, to bring something into this world that maybe hadn't existed yet. So having this as an influencing energy, we're going to be more focused on the things that we can nurture and create, and we can watch it grow. We can take the steps, right? We're thinking about perhaps what we can do to ensure future success. This is not about taking risks. This is about taking those practical actions. So let's see what the upcoming situation is. Maybe you have something that you've been kind of working over in your mind, thinking about, all the different ways you could create something or bring something, to fruition. Having this Ace of Pentacles energy supporting you, influencing you, you're going to make the right decisions because your focus, you're going to be in alignment with that. Okay. So, the upcoming situation we have here is, we have the King of Cups. So, this is where you might find that the situation that you're walking into will benefit greatly from you possessing this King of Cups energy. This might be an opportunity where you start feeling really excited about it. And we've moved on to the dry cough phase of this illness. The King of Cups here, is a reminder that when you are at a state of calm, when you are present in the moment and you can control your emotions, that's where you can see all the opportunities. That's where you're not your judgment isn't being clouded. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. So having the Ace of Pentacles influencing you, you're excited about starting something, but you're walking into a situation where you have an understanding that you need to kind of control yourself, control that enthusiasm, perhaps, work diplomatically with other people, Recognize that this is an opportunity that is precious, right? And it has so much potential that you don't want to put the horse before the cart, you know? And you want to make sure that you're entering it from a place of clarity, and having that clear vision for where you want to go comes from calming the emotions within. Sometimes, we get so excited about an idea that we don't focus on all of the facts or all of the nuances that we need to address. We're just like, let's just get gung-ho and start going. But the wise King of Cups will help you temper that. Keeping the enthusiasm. This isn't about, putting water out on the fire, but recognizing that in the right proportions, water and fire can make steam, and steam propels us forward. So let's see who's showing up here. I am going to try to not cough through this reading. All right, what do we have here? Oh, the 9 of Wands. So, you might be feeling something come in that, with this 9 of Wands coming in, you might experience a situation that kind of tests your resolve. You're like, oh my gosh, it's like, I'm so close. I'm getting this plan up and running. I'm working my patootie off. I've calmed my emotions. And all of a sudden you might find that in the exhaustion, you start looking for threats, or you start perceiving that there's something that's going to take away your time or your energy, or might disrupt this effort that you've put in. So with the 9 of Wands coming in here, you might find that creating a boundary will be important. It doesn't mean that you're going to stay within that boundary forever, but you might need to protect your energy. You might need to protect, what you've been able to create thus far, right? You might need to pull upon those reserves to get things done, but in doing so, you might need to recognize when someone or something or part of that situation is becoming exhausting, right? And so having that King of Cups here is going to help you be diplomatic. It's going to help you articulate to perhaps someone your desire for less drama in the situation, perhaps, or less stress within the situation, so that you can focus on whatever it is that you need to get done. Whoever this is that's coming in, this energy of the 9 of Wands is going to kind of make things feel a little bit tough, but it also is a reminder that you have what it takes to finish the job. You have the power, but you also have to give yourself a little bit of a break, because when you keep working, at full steam, 100%, or maybe like 120% every day, you might have to dial it back to 100%, because exhaustion will seep in. And when exhaustion starts to seep in, that's where it becomes harder to hold those walls of emotions. So focus on making sure that you stay calm and that you keep your eye on this prize, because you have something that is attracting this Ace of Pentacles energy, so that you can create something of value, that you can create something that you'll want to nurture through time and watch it grow and prosper from, perhaps. So let's see what we have here for the advice, and we'll kind of wrap it all up. Look at, okay, How crazy is this? Sometimes I'm just, I started seeing a therapist because I've been so stressed out lately, and I needed someone besides my 14-year-old to process all of the emotions that I have going on. And so I started seeing this therapist, and it was Jungian, and she said, pay attention to the synchronicities. There are reasons why things happen. And so I just kind of have to chuckle because today I pulled the judgment card from my Crow Tarot deck when I did my daily affirmation. I pull a card every day from this deck, or at least I try to every day. I skipped yesterday. But anyway, I pull a card and then I read this affirmation so that I can change my my self-talk to make it more, productive. So, anywho, it's just interesting here that we have judgment, and this is about owning our past and checking in with ourselves and acknowledging that who we were 5 years ago or who we were 5 minutes ago isn't necessarily who we can become. This is all about changing and growing and evolving. And so I feel like that King of Cups sitting there in the situation is part of that transition. It's the ability to control your emotions, recognizing when maybe things are becoming a little too heated and being the adult in the room and standing up and saying, this isn't how we solve problems, or this isn't how things are going to get resolved. The way forward is through finding that stillness within, that calmness, the ability to see the situation from a place that is not overwhelmed by emotions. So, but at the same time, recognizing, that our emotions do exist and we need to be able to honor them, give them space here, but don't allow them to crash in over us. Pay attention to where you feel exhausted. Pay attention to those areas of your life that just demand so much of you. If you have like an energy vampire in your life and you're trying to get something off the ground, this might not be the best time, to go away on a weekend with them. They might drain you too much. So you might have to be able to say, hey, you know what? Let's plan this a month later after this big project is done. Let's work on, reconnecting after I've kind of got the ball rolling, because I'm working on bringing something new into this world. Recognizing who you were in the past, right? Acknowledging, get curious about your behavior. What made you tick? What brings you joy today? Where do you want to go? And what do you have to resolve between those two so that you can achieve your dreams? So, I'm going to take some time and kind of think about this for myself here. And I hope you are well today and lean into this Ace. I tell you what, that Ace of Pentacles energy is there to support and have us focusing on creating new and exciting ideas that hold potential for growth for us. That's where the focus is. And I feel like the only thing that gets in the way of that is us, ourselves here. So pay attention to how your emotions play out. What are you feeling? Are you letting your emotions get ahead of you? Pay attention to when you're feeling exhausted. What's coming in that might require you to say, whoa, I need a little bit of a break. I need to reserve this energy I have, so I can move forward, and persevere and fight on. What can you release to the past? What can you say, that was me 5 years ago, but that is not who I am today, and who I am today is rising up and meeting this challenge. So much love, peace, and I'll talk with you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.